Everyone thinks the flashpoint for World War III will be Chinese warships surrounding Taiwan and missiles raining down on Taipei. That's the Hollywood version. The truth is 1,000 times more terrifying because the war is already over, and the weapon that decides it isn't a hypersonic missile or an aircraft carrier. It's a cluster of windowless white buildings in Hsinchu, science park that look like oversized Amazon warehouses from the outside and sterile operating theaters on the inside. Those buildings belong to Taiwan Semiconductor manufacturing company, TSMC, and they are the only reason the 21st century still belongs to the West. Right now, today, November 20, 2025, TSMC controls 92% of all chips below 7 nm, 94% of everything at 5 nm, 96% at 3 nm, and 100%, literally 100% of the entire planet's supply of 2 nm chips that are rolling off the line this very quarter. Apple's A19 and M5 chips, TSMC. Nvidia's Blackwell B200 GPUs that power every single major AI lab, TSMC. AMD's MI300X that Microsoft, Meta, and Google are fighting over, TSMC. Qualcomm's Snapdragon 8 Gen 4, TSMC. Broadcom's custom silicon for Google's TPUs, TSMC. Even the US military's most classified guidance chips in the AGM-183 hypersonic missile and the B-21 bomber, TSMC. If TSMC's fabs go offline for just 30 days, Goldman Sachs estimates $1.7 trillion vanishes from global GDP. If they go offline for 6 months, Morgan Stanley says we lose 9–10 trillion, bigger than the entire Japanese economy, if they never come back online. We don't bother calculating. We simply don't have a modern economy anymore. And here is the sentence that keeps Xi Jinping, the Pentagon, and every hedge fund manager on Earth awake at 3 a.m. China can never take these factories alive. America can never let them fall. Both sides know it, and both sides are pretending they don't. This is not a theory. This is the most sophisticated mutual hostage situation ever. Engineered, more dangerous than China's. $3.2 trillion trap, more explosive than Russia's gas pipelines, more final than nuclear mad. Because unlike nukes, this detonator already has fingers on it from both sides. Let me walk you through exactly how the trap was built, why it is now completely inescapable, and why the next 36–48 months are the most dangerous in human history. Start with how we got here. In the 1980s, America dominated semiconductors. Intel, Texas Instruments, Motorola, all American. Then Wall Street demanded higher margins. Chip companies spun off their factories to cut costs. A quiet Taiwanese engineer named Morris Chang saw the opportunity and founded TSMC in 1987 with the explicit business model. We will never compete with our customers. We will only manufacture. Genius. Apple, Nvidia, AMD, Qualcomm. All of them handed over their most precious designs to a company in a place China claims as its own territory. By 2010, TSMC had caught up. By 2015, overtaken. By 2020, they were 2 full generations ahead of everyone else. Today, the gap is 4 generations and widening every 18 months. Samsung is bleeding $10 billion trying to catch up. Intel has burned $45 billion and is still stuck at Intel 4, which is roughly TSMC's 7 nm from 2018. SMEC, China's national champion, is proudly producing 5 nm chips in 2025, except their actual yield is rumored to be below 30%, meaning 70% plus of wafers are garbage, and even those chips are basically enlarged. 7 nm designs with worse power efficiency. Real 3 nm, forget it. They are 8–10 years behind. China has spent over $200 billion in subsidies since 2014, more than the entire Apollo program, adjusted for inflation, and they are still further behind today than they were in 2020. That is how fast the leader runs away, when they have a 5-year head start and all the best engineers. Now let's play the invasion fantasy that every cable news anchor loves to scream about. Scenario 2027, Xi decides reunification cannot wait. Amphibious assault across the Taiwan Strait. The world holds its breath. Chinese Marines land. Taiwan surrenders in 2 weeks. China wins. They march into Hsinchu Science Park, expecting to capture the crown jewels. Here is what actually happens, step by step, confirmed by every single war game the Pentagon, RAND, CSIS, and even Chinese think tanks have ever run. Hour 02, Taiwan's government activates the Alamo Protocol. TSMC engineers initiate controlled shutdown of every single fab. Power is cut in a precise sequence. Backup generators are sabotaged. Clean room air filtration systems are vented with outside air. 1 micron of dust is all it takes. The entire multi-billion-dollar wafer inventory becomes worthless. Our 2-6 ASML remote kill switches activate. Every single EUV and DUV machine, there are hundreds of them, each costing $400–600 million, receives a firmware update from the Netherlands that bricks the light source. ASML has publicly confirmed they will do this instantly. No light source, no lithography, no chips. Forever. Because the light source contains proprietary parts that only ASML makes, and they will never ship to China. Our 624 U.S. Commerce Department issues the Entity List Plus order. Every American company, Nvidia, Cadence, Synopsys, Mentor, Applied Materials, Lam Research, KLA is legally required to erase all IP, all design files, all process recipes from TSMC systems. TSMC has pre-installed scripts for this. One click and every GDSII layout, every PDK, every mask set is wiped. China gets empty buildings and machines they cannot run. Day 27, the human exodus. The real asset isn't the equipment, it's the 72,000 Taiwanese engineers who have been running these processes for decades. TSMC has already evacuated over 15,000 of its top people to Arizona, Kumamoto, Japan, Dresden, Germany, and secret locations in the US. The ones who remain have standing orders, leave, or sabotage. Many have US or Japanese passports now. They will be on the last planes out, week 2, month 3, even if by some miracle China keeps some fabs running with remaining staff. They still need spare parts, photoresists, gases, targets, everything. All of it comes from Japan, the US, the Netherlands, Germany. All of it stops the moment the first shot is fired. Japan has already said publicly they will impose full embargo. The Netherlands already has. Germany will follow. 6 months later, China controls Taiwan and has 0 advanced chips. Their own industry collapses. Huawei dies again. Their AI labs shut down. Their hypersonic missiles become dumb iron bombs. Their 5G networks degrade. Their economy enters a depression that makes 2008 look like a hiccup. And America loses too, but slower. We lose the fire hose of cutting-edge silicon that keeps Moore's law alive. AI progress freezes. Nvidia's market cap crashes 80. Apple can't ship new iPhones. The F-35 production line stops. But America survives because we still have 10nm, 14nm, 28nm capacity at Intel, Global Foundries, Samsung. We go back to 2020 level tech and muddle through. China does not have that luxury. They lose the war they supposedly won. That is why Xi will never invade. Not won't. Can't. Because taking Taiwan destroys the only thing he actually wants from Taiwan. But here is the part that should make your blood run cold. America is trapped even worse. The United States has spent $52 billion on the chips Act, and it is failing spectacularly. Intel's Arizona fab is now delayed until 2027 at the earliest, billions over budget. And the CEO, Pat Gelsinger, was fired because they still can't get 18A working properly. TSMC's own Arizona fab, the one Biden took selfies at, is producing 4nm chips in 2025 at yields rumored to be 30 to 40%. Lower than Taiwan because American workers don't want to work 12-hour shifts in bunny suits, and the culture doesn't have Taiwan's earthquake-resistant engineering. Samsung's Texas fab? Same story. The harsh truth spoken in private by every semiconductor CEO, the US will not have meaningful leading-edge capacity until 2030, 2032 at best, and even then only 1 or 2 generations behind Taiwan. We offshored our most strategic industry for shareholder value, and now we can never bring it home in time. Trump is now threatening 6,100% tariffs on Taiwanese chips if TSMC doesn't pay for protection. TSMC's response? Quietly accelerating the transfer of 2 nm and 1.4 nm production to Arizona and Japan, which makes Taiwan itself less critical, which paradoxically makes Chinese invasion more likely because the strategic value is leaving the island. This is the real curse. The more we reduce dependence, the higher the chance of war in the short term. Because right now, in late 2025, we are at peak vulnerability. 2 nm is only in Taiwan. 1.4 nm coming in 2027, only in Taiwan. The Arizona 2 nm fab doesn't come online until 2028 to 2029 and will have lower yields for years. China knows this window exists. The Pentagon knows it. TSMC knows it. That's why their stock drops 8–12% every single time. China flies planes over the median line. We are living in the narrowest, most dangerous corridor in modern history. Too dependent to walk away, too advanced to capture, and the clock is ticking faster than anyone admits. Every 18 months the gap widens. Every new node requires exponentially more complexity, more EUV layers, more angstrom-level precision, more decades of accumulated know-how that exists only in the heads of Taiwanese engineers. China's big fund. Thread is throwing another $50 billion at the problem in 2025, but the best analysts say even with unlimited money they cannot close the gap before 2032, 2035. By then, TSMC will be at 1 nm or sub 1 nm with entirely new architectures, CFETs, backside power, etc. The treadmill is accelerating, not slowing. Meanwhile, America's friend-shoring is actually making the curse worse. TSMC is building fabs in Japan, Kumamoto 1 and 2 already running, Germany, Dresden with Bosch, and America, 3 Arizona fabs. But every fab built outside Taiwan is one less reason for the US to risk World War III defending the island. When the crown jewels are safely in Arizona in 2035, Taiwan becomes South Korea 1950, important, but not worth nuclear escalation. China knows this too, so the invasion incentive actually peaks right now, before the technology leaves. This is the Taiwan foundry curse in its purest form. The closer we get to escaping dependence, the higher the risk of war. The longer we stay dependent, the more power China has to coerce without firing a shot. And coercion is already happening. Every time Pelosi visited or McCarthy, or any US delegation, China runs massive exercises. Every time Trump says Taiwan should pay us, or I would bomb Beijing, the risk premium on Nvidia and TSMC stock jumps. Insurance companies are now charging Taiwan invasion clauses on chip contracts. Some clients are paying 15–20% premiums for 2026–2028 delivery. Hedge funds have entire desks dedicated to Taiwan invasion alpha. Citadel, Renaissance, Jane Street. They are modeling exactly when the window closes and pricing accordingly. The US military has quietly moved to a war footing never seen outside. 1962 Cuban Missile Crisis, Pacific Deterrence Initiative, AUKUS submarines, hypersonic programs, all designed to make invasion too costly. But everyone knows the real deterrent isn't the US 7th Fleet. The real deterrent is that China would be committing economic suicide. Yet suicide is still on the table if the alternative is permanent. Technological subordination. That is the nightmare scenario no one models. A China that decides losing the chips is better than never having them. A blockade instead of invasion. A quarantine that lasts 6 months. TSMC survives but production stops. Global economy loses $10 trillion. America enters recession. China enters depression. Both sides bleed, but China bleeds out first. This is why the Taiwan Strait is now the most dangerous place on Earth. Not because someone wants war, but because both sides are chained to a $2 trillion doomsday device that neither can control nor abandon. TSMC is not a factory. It is the detonator wired to the entire modern world. And the wire is already fraying. The only question left is who flinches first. Washington? Beijing? Or Morris Chang's successors when they decide the island is no longer worth defending. When that day comes, the lights don't go out with a bang. They go out with a wafer cassette hitting the floor in a contaminated clean room. And once the dust settles, literally, Bob, there is no coming back. Your phone dies. Your Tesla won't update. Your bank servers go down. Your missile defense fails. Your enemies does too. And the 21st century ends not in fire, but in darkness. We are all hostages. And the ransom is time we no longer have. Subscribe, because when this breaks, and when it will, you will want to have heard the truth here first.